The woman went to the billionaire's house for a nanny interview, but she deliberately wore a sexy, ultra-short skirt and 10 centimeters high heels. As expected, when she walked into the lounge, everyone gave her strange looks due to her glamorous makeup. She had dressed this way to meet the specific requirements of the interview. She thought that with her appearance, landing the job would be a breeze, but to her surprise, she was quickly rejected. This left her feeling helpless and angry, so she stormed out. What she didn't know was that from the moment she entered, a pair of eyes were secretly watching her every move. She thought the interview was over, but to her surprise, there was an unexpected twist. As she was leaving the estate, the butler suddenly called her back and, surprisingly, sincerely invited her to stay. However, Julia didn't hesitate at all. Instead, she quickened her pace to leave. But when she saw the elderly man panting and out of breath, a sudden surge of sympathy made her stop. In the end, she accepted his informal invitation for another interview, not realizing that this day would mark a turning point in her life. Next, the butler led her to a mysterious basement. As soon as they entered, to her shock, Victor used a remote to close the door behind them, which made Julia feel uneasy. However, as Victor engaged her in humorous and witty conversation, her guard slowly came down. During their chat, she learned that despite his immense wealth, Victor had been battling leukemia since high school. It was only then that Julia realized the person who had issued the missing person notice was not Victor's father, but Victor himself. What surprised her even more was that despite her lack of caregiving experience, Victor still decided to offer her a high-paying job. Victor then personally showed her the room where she would be taking care of him and gave her plenty of time to think it over. Julia sought advice from her friend, and when her friend heard about the high pay, she immediately encouraged her to seize this rare opportunity. Faced with the pressures of life and a tight financial situation, Julia ultimately decided to accept the job.